Alright guys, so Fulu with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. Make sure y'all sign up for the website. Make sure y'all download the app, and make sure y'all go ahead and get that merch on the website as well. So in this video, man, I was kind of just thinking about some stuff in regards to the middleweight division. That division, although it's not really stagnant, but it's not really moving as it should. I mean, the only good look we have right now is the Canelo-Danny Jacobs fight. And I'm hoping that potentially we will have a Demetrius Andrade, Billy Joe Saunders fight as well, which I'm looking forward to, hopefully. But the real question is now, where does that leave Gennady Golovkin? The thing is this, man. With Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez has claimed that he is spending time with his family, and that he's taking his mind off of boxing. He also claims that Triple G has a Hall of Fame career, but, you have to ask yourself, is that really the case? I mean, we have to really ask ourselves, man, who did Triple G beat? Sure, he did get David Lemieux out of there, but, David Lemieux has 2 left feet. Many people kind of felt that activity wanted him the first Canelo fight, but, after that fight, his face told a different story, basically. But I guess you can give it to him if you have to, be technical. He beat Daniel Jacobs, but again, that was a fight that many people thought was either a tie or that Daniel Jacobs won, man. And I say all of this because of the simple fact that, his handlers, Tom Loeffler, of course, with his stupid self. And I hope he does hear this. Tom Loeffler, you're an idiot because, of course, you don't answer your Twitter when someone has some evidence against you and you're acting. But, it was like a time when Jamal Charlo, he was supposed to fight Willie Monroe. And then what happened was, of course, that Willie Monroe, he popped the bean. He got caught dirty. But before that, Tom Loeffler was saying to Jamal Charlo, enjoy fighting someone that Triple G stopped. And, you have to scratch your head like, didn't the WBC order your fighter to fight Jamal Charlo, but you haven't said anything? And that you even said that, a Jamal Charlo fight is not in your plans? So that statement was very stupid. And if you want to get technical, man, we can just go ahead and let that backfire. I mean, we can say that, Triple G is fought Jermell Charlo's leftovers, Erislandy Lara's leftovers, and Demetrius Andrade's leftovers, basically, in that Vanes Martirosyan fight. And, I say all of this because of the simple fact that the Zone, I don't think they're just going to offer Triple G a 1-fight deal, I think it's going to be a multiple fight deal, and what that would entail probably is that he would have one easy touch-up fight, and I'm saying this again just based on skill level and just based on competitiveness of the fight, that easy touch-up fight would be the Canelo fight. But I would honestly favor Canelo to maybe stop him in this fight, if there were to be a trilogy, But then here's the thing. who would he fight next? Or the real question would be, who would he be willing to fight next? Because we know Triple G's history, man. Derevyanchenko was his mandatory to defend, I think it was like the IBF belt or something. And he didn't take that fight. So guess what? He got stripped. And Daniel Jacobs and Derevyanchenko fought for the vacant belt. That leads to another thing. I mean, does he rematch Daniel Jacobs? You know? Or does he want to rematch Daniel Jacobs, considering the fight was very close? And that many thought that Daniel Jacobs won that fight? And then you have the guy looking in who wants to get in, and who DAZN, based on their last performances and last fight cards, will have to let in. You have Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, you know, and here's the thing about the whole thing with the Charlo, with the Andre, with the Jacobs for Gennady Golovkin. You know, these Triple G fans will say that, you know, Gennady Golovkin will stop Charlo, Gennady Golovkin will stop Andre, Gennady Golovkin will stop Jacobs again, Gennady Golovkin will destroy all of these guys. Okay, let's see it. Let's actually see him fight one of those guys. Let's see him dance with them. Because the way I look at it is, he doesn't have the same enthusiasm as his fans do. Because of the simple fact that Gennady Golovkin could have fought Boo Boo when he was looking for a replacement opponent with Canelo. And that would have been the time to get him, when he was inactive, like very inactive. I think he was inactive for like, I want to say almost a year, man. But Gennady Golovkin didn't want to fight him. And I think honestly that fans would have liked that fight better too, man. Like I'm just saying, like fans would have probably appreciated that fight even more than him fighting Vanes Martirosyan. And that's just it. You know? So here's the thing. If Gennady Golovkin does sign to DAZN may say, well, you know, you can fight Canelo first, but then after that, you got to fight some dogs, man. You can't fight these easy touch-ups. You know? And then another thing that needs to be said too is, if he were to move up to 168, guess who's knocking on that door? Callum Smith. And he would have to take that fight. Or probably DAZN would be like, okay, well, since you don't want to take that fight, we're not going to even broadcast your fight. We'll sell that fight to Showtime. And then what also needs to be said about this whole Golovkin scenario is the simple fact that, you know, I think what we're looking at with him is he's just trying to navigate through some easy touch-ups, you know? And his trainer is trying to protect him too. Now, there's a plan B. He signs to the PBC. What will Al Heyman do? Al Heyman will say, you know, it's time to like have Jamal Charlo have his coming out party, so you're gonna have to fight him, man. I'm gonna advise you to fight him. You know? But Gennady Golovkin may not be enthusiastic about that, you know? Let's say Gennady Golovkin moves up to 168 on the PBC side. maybe Al Heyman will say something like, okay, I would advise you to fight Caleb Plant. You know, I don't think Golovkin is going to want to do that. You know, I know that he's like, and maybe he'll say like, well, why don't you fight the guy that Caleb Plant won against? Why don't you fight Uskatagi? You know, and Triple G may not be enthusiastic about that, you know. The only guy that Triple G will probably fight at 168 on the PBC side of things is maybe Peter Quillen. I mean, that's the only guy I can see him really wanting to fight and having a fighting chance with, maybe. But other than that, I don't think he's fighting anybody, man, in 168. Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is if he, at this point, man, his safest option would probably be to go to Top Rank, because they don't have nobody there. They really don't have anybody at 160. They really don't have anybody at 168. And I'm sorry to say it, if we follow Triple G's career pattern, it's always been easy touch-ups, you know. It's always been like fighters, you know, moving up in weight. It's always been fighters who, you know, simply are not competitive fights, man. And then you gotta look at the fact that, like, even fighters who are willing to move up to fight him, he didn't fight. You know, I mean, Erislandy Lara was lightweight kind of calling him out on Twitter. He's like, be a good boy and accept the fight. You know, Erislandy Lara said, I would give Triple G a lot of problems, you know. In fact, he said he called Triple G easy work. You know, that's what Erislandy Lara said. But Abel Sanchez, of course, said, you know, this fight is not good for boxing. But a fight with Adama, or a fight with Willie Monroe, or a fight with a blown-up Kell Brook is good for boxing. You know? Here's the thing with Triple G. You look very impressive knocking low-par competition out. It looks very impressive. But there's levels to this, and we don't know if he can step up to the highest level because he hasn't done it. Now, granted, he has power and he has a hell of a beard. I will give him that, okay? He has a hell of a chin. I don't know what it's made of, but he has a chin, okay? Dude can eat some shots. But I think that if he went against someone like a Charlo or someone like an Andre, they would first pick him apart, and then they wouldn't necessarily knock him out, but they would stop him. You know, that's what I think happens. I mean, maybe like with Andre, it goes 12 rounds, but I still see him stopping him. You know, and I see Jamal Charlo stopping him in dramatic fashion. You know, and I don't think he wants them problems. I really don't. So at this point in his career, I think that, you know, Triple G's best move, you know, since he's been quiet and stuff like that, is, you know, he may need to go to Top Rank, man, because I think if he goes to the other promotions, they're going to be like, nigga, you better fight someone. I don't think they're going to play that, bro. For real. You know, so that's all I got for now, guys. I was just thinking about that because Triple G, he's very mute. He hasn't been saying much. And, you know, the thing is about Triple G, he doesn't say these guys' names who are saying his name. You know, he was saying Canelo's name, making Canelo move up in weight, you know. He was saying his name a lot, saying that Canelo was avoiding him, Canelo was ducking him, and stuff like that, but he ain't saying nobody else's name. I'm just saying, bro. you know, and we can't forget he tried to do the cherry pick with Murata, and that didn't go right. Rob Brandt boxed that dude. He hasn't been calling out Rob Brandt either. You know, so with that being said, you know, I don't know what Triple G's gonna do. At this point, I think dude should just retire because, as a matter of fact, he was holding up the middleweight division. So I think he should just retire, lie silently off in the night, be gassed up by his trainer who says he has a Hall of Fame career, and stay out the way. You know, because I'm hoping that we see some smoke at the middleweight division, and once the smoke clears, that there'll be one top guy. You know, and whoever that is, they get the respect, man. But that's all I got for now, guys. Just leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think he's gonna do, and let me know if you think he's gonna basically step up or try to get these get these cherry picks. All right, guys.